and welcome back to the Good Wife podcast. We have a new home, and this is Next Creator Hub. If you're a content creator, you're looking to start that YouTube channel, that podcast, a wonderful space provided for you by Next Media. So do drop by, check out the space, and plan to start that channel. Don't be like me and procrastinate. There's a space for you right here at Next Media in Naguru. That being said, welcome back to The Good Wife. I hope you've subscribed and you are sharing this episode with a friend. I have a show lined up for you. Oh my gosh. You guys have put me on such pressure to bring these guys back. They are so busy. They are hard to catch. You catch one, the other one says he's not available. Anyway, the male panel is back. The men's panel is back. And this is part 2 of our conversation that happened. When was it? Was it at the start of the year?
In the year of the Lord.
The year of the Lord. Yes, so we did have a conversation a while back, and we talked about all sorts of things, trying to understand the male brain. And today's show is particularly going to discuss sex and intimacy. Jing, 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 jing. Do not set him up, please.
I am grateful to be on this show.
This is not about our marriage. It is about men, please. Please, okay? So the gentlemen are in the house, and they don't need much introduction. I hope you've watched the previous episode. If you haven't, please go do that first, because it will make sense what we are going to discuss today. Back again with us is my husband of how many years? Husband? 12 years.
Marriage is almost a teenager.
Mr. Ben Wine over there. Reverend Captain Gideon Muhima. Just today he did not wear his his regalia.
Even with a cap.
This conversation would go different.
It would go differently, yeah?
I don't want to miss this conversation.
And next to me is Counsel Andrew Kamutera. Do they call you Counsel?
Senior counsel.
No.
Senior Counsel.
Senior is a title by law.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to go through a specific process, and then the chief justice being designated.
Oh, okay. Have you?
Possibly, I don't know.
Okay, so these men do many things professionally, but they're also ministers of the gospel. Over there, he's the unofficial pastor, first in our household. This is a reverend. This one is also a man of God. He preaches the gospel.
Another title, man of God.
Man of God. Signals. But today, like I said, we are going to be talking sex and intimacy. So earlier this week, I asked my audience to share some questions about... I'm going to share them with you. How men typically show up in relationships. Like, what's that one thing you've always wanted to know about men? And I have 20 questions, but we don't have all day, so I'm going to ask them one each. And if we have time, maybe a second one. So who wants to go fast? My husband. Okay.
Are you sure?
Because I have experienced this, I'm going to put him on that spot. So whoever asked this question, thank you very much. Why would you annoy me and think that sex would calm me down? What is the connection between we have quarreled, so maybe sex will resolve the quarrel?
Sex is the highest form of intimacy. You cannot be angry with someone you're having sex with. So in terms of going back to sort of a factory reset, I think it's it's literally the perfect, you know, in computer science, we have a key called F5. F5 is where refresh. And I don't think you can find a better refresh than sex. At bare minimum, it will make you forget even what you are fighting about, but also remind you of why you're important to each other. And I think, what you're fighting for. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see the logic, but emotionally on this side, the distance.
There are no emotions.
The distance between, let's say, reset.
The emotions will catch up.
And
they'll
where I
find
am.
you along the way.
But probably something that we said on that show is that men are compartmentalized.
That's true.
The quarrel, first of all, the parts were not part
They were
of
not part of the quarrel.
Why
Okay.
are you bringing them here?
Okay.
Number two, we have quarreled. We recognize. By the way, the fact that your husband will make a move on you after a quarrel is not to suggest that he's insensitive to the fact that you just had a
Thank
fight.
you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
It is not insensitivity. It is just because that ended. We can
Do this.
You want to bring the emotions in, and you can. You
Okay.
can bring them into the sexual experience.
Oh.
They bring them in. Why are you keeping them out? Why do you expect them to have sex? The emotions have to be left at the door. No, bring them in.
We bring them.
Happiness,
Anger.
joy.
Okay.
And actually, you can bring anger. Sometimes we need it there. Just
Bring
the
it all.
emotions. Don't say, I am still angry. I can't have sex. No, bring the anger.
Bring the anger.
But first, we're saying that ended.
Okay.
And we're not denying that you're angry.
Yeah.
But come with the anger. These
Okay.
parts did not go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another reason we are very different.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
Rev, I feel like you have something to say.
No, I agree that the parts have nothing to do with
Okay.
the power. I do want to say to add on to what you're saying that we're not being insensitive in suggesting this thing. In fact, if anything, the other way to look at it is that we are more sensitive to you as a stimuli in terms of our affections in spite of our power.
Yes.
And I think that if we kept looking at it that way, you will be appreciative more of the fact that it finds me
Attractive.
even in this unattractive state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we not discount though that we do know that there are men who will try and be stupid and actually use this as a tool to actually.
Moving forward.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Moving forward.
Yeah, we're not discounting that.
Those are not men.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll be saying that a lot.
Yeah.
And I think something you said that is very, very interesting about the it's not just about her being a stimuli, but the fact that for you, you have that this marriage is still I'm still focused on its going forward.
Way
I
beyond
am not
the
going to let
conflict.
the quarrel stop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say unresolved things. It's, for example, I can guarantee you that every time we've taken our wives on a date, including Ben, he's not necessarily happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I
would
must
rather-
be really good
Yeah.
to take you out on a date. There are times when I've taken my wife on a date and I am extremely pissed.
Okay.
But I know that this is something worth
It's important.
working on. And therefore, sex, when your husband suggests sex after a fight, he's simply saying this marriage is bigger than the problem. And I think back to the movie
What you're
Lucy.
saying.
Yeah.
Because you feel pain, you're not thinking anything else except that pain.
Big picture. I think men have the superpower of being able to always think big picture. And in that big picture, this current quarrel, struggle, whatever it is in a way insignificant.
Yeah.
And yes, we need to be sensitive to how you're feeling and figure out a way of appeasing you to make sure that you are comfortable and that we are addressing your needs and your feelings and all of that. But for the average man, I'm thinking bigger picture than this. I'm thinking way beyond this fight, way beyond this conflict. And so let's go and get it done.
Okay. So this is meant to be like a rapid fire. This is not the conversation. This is not the actual show. We're just getting started. Rev, you're up next. And this is a hard one. How do men prefer being told you're not doing a good job? Is it during the act or after the act?
Never.
Never.
Good job. You're not doing
You're not doing a good job?
No. That, like, in terms of the act.
Performance,
of-
yes.
I beseech you by the mercy of God.
You know, at concerts when you hear artists saying "Sibaulira,"
Louder for the guys in the back. Never?
It never is a good time, ever, to tell a guy he's not doing a good job.
So how would you...
It's like telling a lady who is a plus size,
Oh, okay.
you're fat. There's never a good time to tell them
they're
that
fat.
they have put on weight. So there are ways you can tell her, I think we might, can we go to the gym together?
Okay.
To be healthier. And I think that you'd look fantastic.
Yeah.
You look even more fantastic. Yeah. So in the same sense,
buy a smaller dress. So I think this would look good on you.
yeah. I think this will look good on you. It's like, it's just too small. We can work
can
away.
work
We can
away.
work something out until you fit.
Until you fit.
Yeah, so I think it's the same way. Like the
Yeah.
whole sandwich thing, that's usually one of the most vulnerable places
It
we
is.
we express ourselves.
Yeah.
We're most vulnerable as men in that space.
Okay.
And so to tell me I am not doing a good job is to tell me that my manhood isn't enough.
How does a woman deal with that though? Because if you are not performing,
Yeah.
if you're not doing anything,
Yeah.
it's going to be a big problem on her side. So it's something that still has to be addressed. So how?
Yeah, no, I definitely see the fact that there are some men who are not doing that. So
God have mercy.
I would encourage so regular counseling,
Okay.
and I think that because it will touch on many things, including
yes.
this,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And when there is a third party, there's usually
De-escalation.
Yeah, there's a de-escalation, and the third party will explain, especially one who is understanding the situation will explain. Or if your guy is surrounded by good men, and I need to emphasize good men who, when they hear that he's not performing, they're not going to plan to be the ones that perform for you. But these are good men. Yeah. These good men will begin to challenge
I
you.
don't know these two.
These good men will begin to challenge
Yeah.
your guy. That,
Okay.
by the way, I think there's an area that we can improve as men. And this is the area of sex. So it can happen in a group setting. I've seen that
Formally,
happen.
yeah.
Like there are ladies who have complained, and we're in this marriage group, and they have told some guy who comes then and talks about it from a group setting. Says,
Yeah.
guys,
Okay.
we need to step up here.
Undercover.
Yeah.
Can we agree though that it is a really big deal
Yes, it is.
that if the sex is not going great, if it's not good, that's going to affect both of you at so many levels that it becomes a big problem.
Can I just say something there? I think the problem we have as a society, we are very loud on criticism rather than
Praise.
uplifting and praise.
Constructive.
And you see, the thing is that instead of telling him what he's not doing right, why not tell him what you want to be done? And I think that's where the problem is with me. Because you are quick to tell him you are not doing well, but why don't you tell me, this is what I would like you to do?
Okay.
Can we try this?
Reframe
Can
it.
we try this?
Yeah.
Because then
Yeah.
you are equally interested. Because the thing is that we seem to suggest that when sex is not good,
That it's his.
it is a dual thing. If sex is not good in your marriage, you both are contributing to it not being good. So you might not be performing, but you're part of the reason.
Yeah.
Because you're there comparing him to your ex if you had any, or you're there telling him you have no work, or you're just telling him, you're talking about school fees while he's engaging and it's a week too.
My God.
So there are all these things that you need to deal with.
Yeah.
So Rachel, this for me is it.
How do you, I have to ask a question here. The cultural context of where we come from,
Yeah.
for our reverends and pastors, usually when we are doing counseling, I get the sense that sometimes the conversations around sex are sort of sugar-coated and not managed very well. And what that does is that many times in the relationship, there isn't very explicit conversation around sex in a relationship. So a woman will be suffering, not getting what she wants, but she doesn't know how to express it. A man is probably not getting what he thinks he should be getting. But no one is talking about it.
Yeah.
They're not saying, can we...
Especially how to talk about it.
Yeah,
And
can we have a conversation about
Yeah.
our sex
sex
life?
life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is the room to be able to say, we're going to have a 30-minute conversation around our sex life and say, so what do you want? Is missionary not working for you? Do we need to change things up a little
wheelbarrow,
bit?
for example.
Should I?
I think anyway, we've conflated secret and sacred.
Yeah.
And so when we confuse something that is sacred to be something that is
Secret.
a secret,
Yes.
and so we keep it as such. And the secret is something that we are usually ashamed of,
That's true.
while something that is sacred is something that is held in high regard.
regard.
And so when we confuse the two, then we can't seem to see where
do we
do
talk
we put
about?
sex. Is it a
Yes.
secret? Is it sacred?
That's
And
true.
so having that kind of conversation would mean to unlock people's minds from thinking that this is a shameful thing that needs to be kept
Yeah.
in the back but it is something that is holy that needs to be put to the front. And when that happens, I've seen it multiple times. When that happens, it unlocks people's, and so you have women who are no longer thinking like, he's going to think that I'm a whore by suggesting these things. And so I just want him to perform. There are things I want him to do, but I can't say them because he's going to think a certain kind of way. That's a mindset that has been trained to think that this is secret, this is dirty, this is wrong.
Shameful.
And it is shameful. And so to unlock that and then have that conversation, she'll realize that a good man will never see you as a whore. In fact, if he does, it's a compliment.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm going to say now.
One of the most heartbreaking things for me is hearing a married woman say she's never had an orgasm.
No, that's sad.
Blaza.
That's sad.
You want us to go there?
I'm just saying, how do you?
Yeah, let's go there.
No, guys. I need to
what are you saying?
I need to keep
The way you said.
Excuse me. This is my show. I need to keep emphasizing this is not about our marriage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something.
I thought,
And
I thought like you want us to go there.
Like,
I was like,
Ben.
on the show, bro.
No, I have receipts.
My man.
Can I take control of my show? Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes.
Ooh, you have brought 3 men.
Really, I don't want to regret this, but you asked a question that I thought Council here was trying to address on performance metrics and where we get those. And then there's a society, there's a cultural aspect of that. When you say that sex is between 2 people, and therefore if the sex is bad, it's because of the 2 people, I think you actually have a valid point because we have this performance metric, which is based on, like you said, probably our exes or what we've seen in the movies. God forbid if you're watching porn, I hope you are not. You must, I guess, question what your metric is of performance. And I think it goes back to what I would like. Which if you're not communicating, you have no business rating your husband that he's a poor performer. By the way, I got all of this based on your submissions.
With
all of us.
All of you.
Not just
But the interesting
all of him.
The interesting thing there, Rachel, is, and back to the point of communicating what is happening in your sex life, is that freedom in that area is very rare. So you see, back to what Reverend G was saying, where he was saying, look, I can't communicate because I feel like I'm a whore. It's just simply because there is no freedom of expression. And the fact that when I say, can we try this? Or when I say I want more of it, whatever it is, I must be able to know that when I communicate this to my spouse, it's actually coming from a very good place. And I want us to have better. Right? And therefore, then I also measure how I communicate in the sense that I don't want to come off as being offensive. But there must be a place and freedom that you can walk into the bedroom and tell Ben, today, I just felt like we needed to do this.
Try this.
And I remember I counseled a couple and I told them, okay, there are 7 days in a week. Pick one day and call it adventure night.
Ooh.
So what happens then is that one of you, either this Monday, the next Monday is the other spouse, you choose what you would like to try. The other one has no place to say no. So you communicate on Sunday and say, Monday, this is what we're going to do. And what that means is that whether I'm happy, angry, or had a fight, we're going to do this. This is our adventure night. And then what I do is that when you tell me something, I'm like, okay, during the day I read up on it. I'm like, hey, how do you do this?
Prepare yourself.
So
but there must be some boundaries, right? And there are certain things where you should be thinking, okay, except.
Of course.
There's a time.
I don't want anyone bringing whips into our bedroom.
Just saying it out there.
Just saying, babe, no whips.
No whips.
No whips. Yes.
There's a time Rev said something. When the Holy Spirit, and this goes back to the aspect of when you have God in that space, there's certain things you will never suggest. There's certain things that that even before the Holy Spirit like, bro, no.
Do not
You're
go
not going
there.
to bring whips to start beating somebody. After a quarrel, a whip is a bad idea.
might come with a little more energy than it's supposed to.
Yeah. So the idea is that when you have the Lord on the throne, I mean, as Christians, for who we are, it is easy to know that certain things will never even come out.
Cross your mind,
But it gives space for you to go off just missionary, for example. You get to explore the wonder of God in this place as you worship one another and lift up holy legs or something.
Okay, for our final preamble question, because we'll never finish.
Lift up holy what?
Okay.
I missed that. Holy what?
I tell you, cued it in quite well.
Really?
Yeah. Holy legs.
Holy legs.
Anyway, carry on, Felix.
I'll watch this back. Anyway, so this question goes to you, Council.
Oh, wow.
And there were a couple of questions along these lines. Is it true that cuddling can't just be that? It must always end in a release, like don't start and not finish. So can't we just cuddle and be in each other's embrace? Must it always end in sex?
Your problem, man.
No pressure.
They'll help you after you've answered.
It's for deep thinking.
Again, for me, that takes me back to the curse that is spoken by God in Genesis 3 upon the woman. It says your instinctive desire as a woman, when God is cursing, he says will be to control your husband.
Good for your husband.
Now, why do you so desperately want to operate in that space? You see, the moment when you tell your husband it's just a cuddle. Now, you cuddle. Along the way, there will just be cuddles. And let me tell you, there will be a time you'll have all the cuddles you want and nothing will be happening.
There will be a time.
There will be a time.
There will be a time.
Yeah.
At some point.
Rest assured.
But you see, the
I
thing
can't
is,
with you people.
the thing is, cuddling for me is not just within the bedroom. When I hug you, when I sit with you in the sitting room, all those are cuddles.
Okay.
Nothing has happened. Why are you not grading those ones? Why are you specifically grading the one in the bedroom when Uncle Jimmy decides to say,
Hello.
Salute.
yeah, and you see, the thing is that you say something about release, and I think that's something I've always wanted to tell women. The fact that your husband releases does not mean he's satisfied with sex.
Ooh, repeat that one. That's
The fact that there is a release. 3 seconds, 12 minutes, 40 seconds, it doesn't matter how long. Does not mean that he's satisfied.
Okay.
Now, the general presumption is that he's released
finished.
and therefore he has finished and therefore he's happy. No.
Really?
No. Release is a biological thing.
Okay.
It's like eating food and swallowing.
Okay.
But the fact that you're satisfied with the meal is
a whole other story.
back to the word you people like. It's an emotional thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Satisfaction is emotional.
It is not a physical
it deals
thing.
with how the food has been served, the dishes that have been used, what was the spicing like, what were the variations in dishes. A friend of mine is a Munyankole, marries a Kenyan, gets home after they get married, finds rice and beans, and is like, where is the food?
Where's the food?
Where's the food?
But he ate that day and he was filled
full.
up, but to say he was satisfied is a different thing.
Honestly, I didn't know that.
So
men know it, but we're like, hey,
I
man.
didn't know
but you
that.
can't, the thing is that with men, when you bring up that conversation of, satisfaction, they'll be like, what do you mean? Every time you go there, something happens.
Yeah. What more do you want
What
from
more,
me?
what more do you want?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're there lying there like a nun, and because there's some friction, things happen, and then you're like, he's satisfied.
You know the old joke where the woman says, when you finish, please turn off the lights.
Yeah. Yeah, so that there cannot be any satisfaction.
So there's an emotional aspect to it.
Yeah, men are quite emotional beings. The only thing is that we don't express our emotions the way you express your emotions.
I get that.
But we're very emotional beings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would constitute
Satisfaction?
yes?
That you need to ask him when you're
Follow up
with him.
question. I mean, in general, like you talked about, you gave the analogy of serving food. Like, what would that look like in an ideal marriage?
You know, one thing that is very, very interesting is that when let's go back to real food. Let's forget this meal that the Lord prepared for us. Watch him when he's eating the meals you prepare.
Okay.
You will know when he knows that your heart was in it.
Yeah.
And that for me is the issue. Whereas women have the platform to say when they are not satisfied, the reality is that there are very rare cases when the wife shows up, literally shows up in the bedroom. And you see, when your heart is not there, your dude, the only thing is that the blood flowed, so he has to do something. But he will know that, my baby is not.
It is out of duty.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is. So when do I know? What must a wife know in order for a man to be satisfied? He is looking for your heart. Even though it's between your legs, he's really looking for your heart.
I think even way beyond that, and I think I'll probably speak on behalf of all the men.
The good ones.
The good ones. The good ones, yes. Men want to be wanted.
Nice.
That's it.
Banana.
That's the
We
one I
want to be wanted.
Yeah.
I've told my wife, she knows this, I've said this publicly, I'll say to her here, I'm not going to have sex to tick a box.
No.
And we have this conversation a lot of times. I don't want to have sex with you because it's something we must do. I want to have sex because it's something that you want to do. And if I'm not feeling that, I'm not going to do it. Right? Fine, let's go 3 weeks. That's okay. Well, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
I was about to say, can you walk off the road?
I'm saying it's not okay, but I'd rather go 3 weeks
than
just have sex
than have it mechanically.
That for me it doesn't work because it's one of those few things where you want to feel like I matter. And so the woman must be able to.
Can you say that again? And I think so that the audience don't miss that.
Yeah.
You want to feel like you matter.
You matter.
Yeah.
And that cannot be expressed in a better way than the way the
You give
woman
yourself.
causes up to you, what we keep talking about, the initiation, right? How do you and again I'm speaking on behalf of the men, how do you as a wife, how do you as a woman make your husband feel like, you know what, I want you.
Okay.
You guy, tonight me and you is so.
and also usually not because you've done the dishes.
Oh my gosh, you took the words out of my mouth. You saw me carry.
It's not a reward.
It's not a reward. And actually, when you give men sex as a reward, we usually like, I might have another 3 weeks before I get it. So
so let me take it.
Again, but when it's coming from, I desire you, I want you.
Yeah. See, but Reverend, even just the thing of give sex, I don't want you to give me sex.
Exactly. I gave you yesterday.
I gave you.
Like, what were you doing? Like, did I? Weren't you receiving?
As if you didn't eat yesterday.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing, and I tell wives, if you are in doubt of how to make a man feel, or feel wanted or matter, go and God specifically put an amazing book in the Bible. That chick would tell Solomon, come and be the gazelle you are, be the stag that I know you to be.
Finish me.
Like you come through the waters of the night, like the lady. Let me tell you, I've fed on Songs of Solomon and be like, what are we up to? You touch your husband,
The level of desire.
like it's a lost and found property at prisons, and then because blood flows, you're there and you think you're doing it. No, go back to Songs of Solomon and listen to that lady. Kiss me with the kisses of your mouth. They are sweeter. It's not that she necessarily liked the kissing, but she said, "This one I will compliment."
You took the words out of my mouth on the helping with the dishes, because I was thinking about the women who are watching this show and saying, between taking care of babies and then taking care of the house and then on top of that I have to show you that I desire you. I was already thinking about what they were going to say in terms of, okay, if you help me it might help with the desire. And
No,
I
it will never.
Nah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen,
Nah.
Rachel.
Really?
There is nothing
Nah.
Ben will ever do to make you desire him. No.
Thank you very much.
Nothing. That mindset is from the devil. Throw it out. There is
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Such scapegoatism. Listen, you desiring your man is you. It's from internal. It is
Yeah.
you and your process.
okay.
There is not like there's nothing I can do to make Ben feel better about himself.
Yeah.
That's true.
I can spend the whole day preaching to him, sending him words of affirmation, what. But if Ben does not want to feel good about himself, there's
He
nothing.
won't.
Look at those people who commit suicide. They actually have people affirming them every single day.
This is true.
But they don't feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
So to think that by me doing dishes, paying school fees, fueling your car, taking it to the washing bay will improve your desire for me?
never.
Nah.
Yeah.
So most of the reasons why men are non-performers is because of that. They have this thing of, I guess now I just have to earn it,
Yeah.
Oh.
right? On top of doing everything else, this
is
one
another
thing where
one.
I'm supposed to be intimate with you, it's
performative
work
as well, yeah.
as well. So
Performance,
yeah.
might as well just
Become a KPI.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Ben, take that back.
That's what it becomes.
That took it really to HR.
For many people, it ends up becoming a KPI. And what happens for men, and we must be honest about this conversation, is that in the man's mind, he's just like, you know what? Yeah, whatever. And that's why many men will end up in porn.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I give you every day, but like
Every day being
Not
once
You
every
give.
3
Yeah,
weeks.
you give.
you are the one who's giving.
Yeah, there's that conversation about frequency.
We'll get there.
But you see, Ben, the thing about I gave you yesterday, or I give you every day, whatever it is that you want to say. You have 3 meals every day. I've never seen a wife quarrel. Oh no, I won't eat the 8 yesterday. So why must this now be audited? Keep a record of what?
I
don't know if
can,
they
I
are
can
wrong.
see them saying it's not the same thing.
No, it is
It
the
really
same
isn't.
thing.
It really isn't the same thing.
not the
No,
same
it
thing.
is. It is.
Anyway, that was an interesting. I mean, I feel like we can't even close the show at this point. There are many other questions that I would have wanted to ask, but unfortunately, because of time, I actually want us to talk about sex.
But I thought we were been talking about
Well,
No,
we are going deeper.
we are going deep.
Deeper, Papa.
what that is with this.
Hey, let's just let it go.
Leave it. And I think a good place to go deeper would be understanding.
And not intended.
Not intended, for sure. Would be understanding the purpose of sex in marriage. I think beyond the physical release and all this stuff that we talk about, because if I'm being honest, it's what we enjoy here on earth, but there's like a much bigger purpose to it. And so I'd want to hear from each one of you on how you personally define the purpose of sex in marriage. Like, what's that meaning that you kind of go to when all of these things are happening? Like, you know what, anyway, we are reaffirming our covenant. It is a spiritual act of worship. It is, what is the motto?
Well, when you say purpose, you know, you first go to Rev.
But of course.
Yeah.
Reverend.
Well, I think definitively, I would sum it up as it is what usually is the crescendo, the climax of a shared ethos, shared love.
Okay.
And so everything builds up to that, right? It's someone compared it to the icing on the cake. I would hasten to say it is part of the cake as well.
Yeah.
It's not just
The icing.
because guys can be, I can eat cake without icing. It's not the point. But I think the whole idea that we have this connection, a bond that then results into, the term has been now, modified to love making. We love each other and we are making it.
Okay.
And the climax
Mic
of making it. The climax is that. And so I wouldn't be so quick as to say it's, worship.
Okay.
I would actually, you know what?
Where your turn is coming.
I would be saying that, so so out of my relationship with God, and my love flows to my wife,
Yeah.
and the act of sex to my wife is a result of God's kind of bond between us.
Okay.
To call it worship, I think as a theologian,
It's not.
worship has a connotation to it, as a theologian, that I would struggle to have it brought into the
Sex,
bedroom. I would say that it is a result of my communion with my wife and our worship of God.
Of God,
Then we have sex.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my theory. One, we do know that sex has a mystery about it that we'll probably only understand when we get to heaven. But essentially, one of the key things that I've been trying to learn more and teach people over the last 2 years is the intersection between your body, your soul, and your spirit. You're a spirit being that lives in a body and has a soul. And those three things have to find a certain balance for you to be a whole person. Paul keeps saying, I pray that you prosper even as your soul and your spirit and your body prosper. Now, these three things, your body, your soul, and your spirit, have intersections. And so, for example, and there are three things that usually have a good intersection for them. Food is a good intersection between the soul and the body, because food for the stomach. But usually when you eat food, you feel happy. If you're eating pork, for example, there's a certain joy that comes with it, right?
Yes.
The second one is music. And music has a good place of intersection between your soul because of how it is, the spirit, because, why we even call it worship music, and the body sometimes because you will dance. Sex, though, I think for me is at the apex of this. I think sex is the one thing that is the perfect intersection between your soul, your body, and your spirit. And that's why the apostle keeps saying very clearly, when you take your members and unite them, so you become one. That oneness, there is nothing else in life that provides that convergence of your body, your emotion, and the spiritual aspect, which again, I insist, is a mystery that we'll probably only discover, at some point in heaven. But I do believe that the sacredness of sex is such that it's that intersection between your body, your soul, and your spirit. And now to do that for two beings is just something that you can't describe in English. This is what I believe.
Would you like to do it in Nyankore?
Try vernacular.
I dare.
You won't go past 3 words.
Purpose. Purpose of sex. I think the personally, my simple purpose for sex is service.
Okay.
I think it's the one thing that we get to physically manifest the declaration of God that the two become one. It is the only moment where you can literally see the coming of one.
Yeah.
And I hope your mind is still with me while we're at this. It is that one place of becoming one. So people will give sex different titles, and that's okay. But I think in terms of purpose, I would even be so bold to say it is the doing of the will of God. So because God has willed this for marriages, in so doing, let thy kingdom come, let thy will be done. In so doing, I am doing the will of God. And therefore when all these things have gone away, I'm like,
Purpose.
This is the will of God.
Yeah.
That I will. And I shudder because sometimes my attitude and my energy and etc. is wrong in so doing that will of God. And as we did say the last time, the sad reality is that this is a gift. When Jesus tells the Samaritan woman that bread is for the children, this is actually bread that God has given his children, that we are most actually, the Christians, if I may use that term, we abuse this bread.
Yeah.
We don't eat it, it molds.
It molds.
Shake the
Cobwebs,
tables.
what?
Shake the tables.
3 weeks, what?
Shake the tables.
Yeah. But I guess if God was to sit in heaven, he would be grieving and saying, what's wrong with my
I
children?
gave you this bread, our daily bread.
You know, if we prepare food
You're
at
letting
home
it mold.
and the children don't enjoy it,
Yes.
and what's astonishing, people come from outside and they eat it like their life depends on it. So the purpose of sex in marriage is a physical manifestation of what God willed. The two become one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is why any divergence from that, any distortion of that,
offensive.
becomes a very big problem for God. You can see his thoughts on it and how he's very strong.
And it doesn't matter whether it is outside the confines of a marriage between a male and a female.
Yeah.
God has issues with it.
Yeah.
Because this was specifically put, willed, and he uses it as a means to one, procreate,
Yeah.
as a means to
Oneness.
express pleasure, because he desires that there is pleasure. So he wants that to go out.
Yeah.
And he's like, what better way?
Yeah. So if you're married and you're having sex and there's no pleasure, there's a problem.
God is not happy.
He isn't.
You know, these things of happy wife, happy life. No, God is not happy.
Yeah.
I think that it has been we haven't elevated it to the place it should be, as Christians especially.
Yes.
I mean, the rest of the world, they can whatever it, idolize it and whatnot. We Christians have the error in either, shaming it or overemphasizing it beyond what it should be.
Yeah.
However, the balance is what we miss, where God has placed it. I mean, the sacredness, it is a spiritual act in the sense that it is God who
Willed it.
willed it.
Yeah.
He is spirit, and he's like, this is a good thing for you. You shall be. But the other thing is, and this is what most astounds me, is that it is the only avenue through which he allowed the creation of humankind.
Yes.
Like the apex of his creation
Yeah.
is perpetuated through time, through this act.
Yeah.
A union between man and woman where they come together and enjoy themselves in such a way that life is made.
I get that.
And
You can't beat that.
You can't
No,
beat
you
that.
can't beat
And you
For
know
sure.
when you say that, and why it's extremely powerful for those who are still in the process of producing, you must be careful your attitude when that happens. Because you see, can you imagine you giving birth and then your son, the first thing he says, why were you not happy when you conceived me? The night you conceived me, you were not happy. And I mean, and again, back why we keep saying that sex within the confines of marriage. We know how bad it can get out there with rape and etc. But he is saying that you are not happy. There was no pleasure. There was no. If our children did that to us, probably it would change our attitude.
It probably would.
Yeah,
You
to
were
this
ticking
whole
a
thing.
box.
Yeah.
Because if God
it's like,
is
you
saying,
didn't want me.
What was going on?
You were there. You were thinking about
The dishes.
about the dishes that were in the sink, and the dishes more.
More important than I am.
But this is something that is pleasurable.
Does that happen though? Do people actually start discussing?
Dishes.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go there. Let us
She
let
knows.
us leave the dishes.
The good wife knows.
Let us leave the dishes.
That's nice.
The reason, though, I ask about purpose, I think just as with anything,
Yeah.
it is very easy to get distracted and lost in the mundaneness of, oh, today I don't feel like it. Or yesterday we quarreled. Or it's been 3 weeks and we have not had it. And then begin to trivialize it. What you were saying, like degrade it from where it is supposed to be. I think it's important to always understand the purpose of a thing because it's what you circle back to when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, there's going to be times when you don't feel like it. And maybe I can speak for the women. in those moments, what brings you back? What is the thing that you say? So there's desire, I get that.
Yeah.
But now this is marriage. This is bigger than us. You guys were talking about big picture and everything. What is that thing for me? Because I remember there was a time, I know I said this is not about our marriage, but let me give an example.
Please do.
We knew this was coming.
And I'm
That's
going.
right. We knew. Yeah. There was a time.
I remember there was a time when we were struggling in that area. I think we'd go a couple of weeks with like no action.
Oh, man.
And it was causing such tension between us. And I had my reasons for why it was not happening. And there were valid reasons, in my opinion. And I remember when I shared this with an older woman, of course, my husband was upset. He had his reasons for why it was not happening as well. But I felt like I was being blamed for that not happening. I don't know if you remember this conversation. And I remember sharing this with an older woman, and she said something to me. She didn't say, oh, go back and pray for the grace, just make sure you are there and available, which she could have. But she pointed me to purpose. She said something along the lines of, every time you have sex, you reinforce the covenant you made before God and before man. That for me was a game changer. It wasn't the, make yourself look beautiful. The things we tell ourselves as women, go to the bathroom that day, prepare yourself mentally. And because for us, we are.
They tell themselves.
It is.
I thought it was.
No, because guys, we are not like you. We are not like you. Actually, one of the questions here.
Let's go. Let's do this thing.
I can do this. I can do this.
I can do this.
Through Christ,
Yeah.
Whereas you guys can just go at the snap of a finger. For us, it's not like that.
Yeah, true.
The dishes are a real thing. It's a to-do list in my head.
Yeah.
My husband knows I don't like to sleep in the house when there are dirty dishes.
I never get that, but yeah.
I can pick a broom even at 11 p.m.
But
and sweep the house. Because for me, that is like mental decluttering.
And what's interesting with what she just said, they have the energy
Yes.
to do these other
Yes.
things. And then all of a sudden,
no energy. I'm tired.
Actually, when I was saying, when I don't feel like, I was like, when do you never not feel like? Like, tell us so that we can know.
Honeymoon.
Are you sure?
Really? Get far back like that. Anyway, so that's why I was asking about purpose, because I know we said this in the previous episode that we are different.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think we need to appreciate that.
Yeah.
For many people, what is going to bring you back? Because if we're going to be married for 30, 40 plus years, I need something to hold on to. I don't know if I'm speaking for myself, but I feel like for me, that brought me back to, okay, this is bigger than me. It's bigger than my feelings. It's bigger than, what I want and what I desire.
Yeah.
Let me go and reinforce this covenant, because for me, that makes sense when I think about it from a spiritual
And I think that's
perspective.
a very, very important statement.
Yeah.
Be it sex, marriage.
Yeah.
It is much larger than you. So before the show began, Ben took us up to the top to see, and we were like, hey, God, we're just a blip in this whole thing.
We are small.
Yeah.
So marriage is larger than it. The quality of your marriage affects your children, affects generations.
Yeah.
And people forget that actually your children, if they're as bold as mine, will know when you're not having a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will know.
Really?
They don't have the presence of mind to know that it's sex,
They can sense
but
it,
they
right?
will sense that something is
That
not
this
going.
I think your colleagues at work can tell. When
When you have a good one, they see the spring.
They can,
And your
You
step.
just walk through doors. And like, oh, Mrs. Mwine did a good thing last night. The energy Ben is speaking with today.
It is coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's talk emotional intimacy versus physical. Again, back to the differences between men and women. I know we touched this in the preamble, but would you say that sex is a primary way that men feel emotionally connected, or is that just a stereotype? So explain to us how, if sex is a primary way that you feel connected to your partner.
For a lot of men, those of us who are now married, eventually, thankfully, learn this lesson quite well. You see a lot of young boys, young men, get excited because they've seen a woman's bums, or I call them tennis balls on the chest.
Oh dear.
Tennis is such small.
Just
Just
like,
Just leave it alone. Don't
Okay,
encourage
avocados.
him. Oh my
Bruh,
goodness.
just continue with your point.
Guys, focus.
Yeah, focus.
Focus.
Andrew, focus.
please.
For a lot
I
of
mean,
young
Solomon
men,
calls them pomegranate, but
Oh my gosh.
okay, oranges.
This is not
not
going
helping.
well.
Anywho, for a lot of young men, that whole notion of you get excited because a woman has a good body, she's got nice legs, she's got good boobs and a good bum. You will discover very quickly that that is maybe third or fourth or fifth on the list of the things that will actually excite you about a person. And the only way that that would make sense for anyone if it's just a last thing, get in, get out. But even that will get tired after one or two experiences. And you discover that what really matters for you is how you connect with this person, right? How they make you feel, how they treat you, what sort of conversation you have. I keep telling people that it would be impossible for me, like even when I look at a woman, right? In my head, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, so you and I, we find a hotel room, then we get it on, and then what? Because if I can't be able to talk to you after, if I can't be able to have you put your head on my shoulder and find, and she can testify, you know, the whole concept for me, and I think for most men, if I'm not mistaken, is beyond just the 40 seconds, 10 minutes. I've come now.
Yeah.
No. There's a whole thing, even beyond the foreplay. The foreplay is not just physical. It's about, this is how I feel about you. This is what I think about you. I enjoy your company. I enjoy talking to you. There are things that bring us together. And then on the other side, I might black out and sleep, but I'm going to black out and sleep while I'm holding you because there's a bond that has been created. And I don't think that you can replace that with anything else in the world. And I don't think there's a better feeling than anything in the world that beats that.
Yeah.
And so that emotion, especially for the men, and for any man who thinks that you can just go from a skirt to a skirt to a skirt and be okay, you will never be. Because you're either killing something in you or putting yourself in a place.
Killing something in you.
And it becomes much worse after that. So there's got to be a very strong emotional connection for you to be able to enjoy actual intimacy with the person.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's I look at sex as a doorway to emotional connection.
Yeah.
That every man that has great sex with a woman is at the most vulnerable and most beautifully disarmed moment.
Yeah.
English.
English. But it makes sense.
Like when he has great sex with a woman that he loves.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, because the other times he's scratching an itch and whatnot,
Yeah.
and that has been, that's the abuse of the act. But when a man really loves this woman and has an intimate moment with him, with the wife, they are vulnerable in that moment, and it would do her a great deal of service to harness that opportunity, like not to manipulate.
Not to manipulate, yes.
All right? Not to manipulate, but to embrace and relish in that moment where he has freely offered himself.
Okay.
Relish in that moment.
Yeah.
And I think so that's, that connection is strengthened when you view sex with the person you love that way.
Okay.
That you're not just scratching an itch and get done with it so that you can go and wash dishes.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
Poor dishes.
They will suffer. Let them die. Against no shame.
Someone
Yeah.
asked, someone was asking a question. I think it was actually a woman who was asking us. We were having a conversation, and this lady asked, "What's men's fascination with women's breasts?"
The tennises.
Yeah, the tennis balls, pomegranates. You call it. And I remember the first thing that came to my mind at that time. Again, I have lots of theories. Some of them scientifically proven, some of them are just in my head. And this was the one at that time that hit me really hard, and I'm convinced of it. There one point, right, in a man's life where he has the highest level of vulnerability and security is when he's suckling at his mother's breast. The next time after that is when he's suckling on your breast.
Anyway, yes.
Moving on.
There has
Avail the breast. That's the message.
Thank you very much. Avail the what?
The breast.
Thank you.
Let me say this about emotional,
As we
whatever,
begin to
physical,
close, by the way.
physical, emotional. Okay, I like the separations, but can it just be intimacy? Whether it's emotional, physical,
Okay.
this thing, because when the thing for me is that, and I agree with all they've said, I'm not just trying to bring it to a place of society, and the whole media has also used these as weapons. But whether it is the way we say goodbye to one another in the morning, whether it is the way we greet one another in the evening, whether it is the way we receive one another's phone calls during the day, whether it is the way you want me and I want you, all that is just part of the intimacy, just part of the conversation. And so sex has a beautiful way of just lowering our guards as men. Right? Just as a beautiful, and back to what Rev G said, the when it is harnessed and it is beautiful. It is such a beautiful, when there is freedom in that space, it's such a beautiful place to be in. So I would want wives, even when they know that it is such a beautiful way to see their men vulnerable, not to think that is the only time men are emotionally connected. Because you can be having a very good conversation with Ben, who is, I find him, he's deep in thought, and he will be like, oh, that was very intimate. And that you don't want to say, oh, the only time is during sex. Just have it as a full conversation among you and your spouse throughout the day. So for me, it's just part of this amazing opportunity God has given us to be naked and have no shame.
And unashamed.
Have absolutely no shame.
Guys, I think this conversation needs a part 2.
Part 3.
A part 3, my apologies. A part 3. Yes, for sure, next year. It was hard enough to get you.
You better book it now, otherwise.
We will work on that. We need to bring this to a close. There's so much more that I wanted to ask. But
We want another one.
Yes, we will get another one.
Another wrap, eh?
I want to shout out Risa Naturals and Newman's Foods, who are big supporters of this channel.
Wow.
And they help me say thank you in ways that I could never have said. To my guests, I know that package is ending up at my home, so...
Which one? So you're more than happy to...
Oh, by the way, this package is very important for men. I'm not saying it's based on a true story. I'm just saying that when you use the man butter after you've showered and made sure you're smelling good, it can be very useful.
It can be helpful.
Use that information as you please.
I will definitely use this
Use it
information
as you please.
as I please.
Thank you, guys,
For pleasure.
for joining us for this. Thank you, my guests.
Thank you for having us.
I feel like I'm rushing you out, but it is because there's going to be a part 3. Thank you so much for being here. I think you spoke very deeply.
What resonated? What changed? As you say, bye to everyone. What changed? What was said that changed?
The emotional connection.
That is going to make Ben's life
because
better.
we've always known that it's physical for you guys, but the analogy of serving food and how it is presented and you releasing doesn't mean you are satisfied. Yes. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to The Good Wife and do come by Next Creator Hub. If you're looking to create content, start that podcast, there's a space for you, surely. Until next time, keep it The Good Wife. Bye-bye.